Sorry about that. Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Nar from the Nar Report. Back today with another episode. This is episode 40 of the Nar Report. And I just want to say before we get into this episode, thank y'all for all the love and support. I'm getting on all of my social media platforms here on the YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. And speaking of my social media platforms, if you're new to the YouTube, make sure you subscribe. Click that link to make sure y'all get all the notifications on when I go live, and comment under my videos as well too. Football season is coming up, so I'll be posting a lot on YouTube now to get the subscribers up. Make sure y'all go follow me on both of my social media platforms on Instagram and TikTok at _NAR_report. All right. And speaking of TikTok, we are officially at 1,200 followers on TikTok. Yes, it's been a long road to get to 1,000 followers on any social media platform on TikTok. I just kept putting in work. I've been consistent. I just want to say thank y'all for all the love and support, because if it wasn't for y'all, I won't be doing this now report today. So it's a blessing. Now let's get into it. And in today's episode, I'll be giving y'all my NFL predictions, my division winners, my playoff teams, and talk about the Micah Parsons and the Terry McLaurin situation and their contract situations, okay? So we're going to talk about the drama that's going on in Dallas and Washington with Micah and Terry, and I'll explain that what I do, my NFL predictions, my division winners, and I'm going to tell y'all who's going to win each division, who's going to make the playoffs. So predict AFC's 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, all right? So let's get into it, baby. Starting off with the first division, we have the AFC East. You got the Buffalo Bills, you got the New England Patriots, you got the Miami Dolphins, and you got the New York Jets. Okay, so I'm here to tell y'all who's going to win this division. Starting off with the Buffalo Bills, best team in the division. They are the team to beat. You got Josh Allen, an MVP caliber quarterback. He has weapons. Okay, he has a very great defense, a good head coach, Super Bowl caliber team. Is this the year they make it over the hump? We got to see. Okay, so that's it for the Bills right now. You got the New England Patriots. I think this is going to be a sneaky playoff team this year. Drake May has a go-to guy, and Stephon Diggs. He has receivers. He has a good running back and a solid defense. Watch out for the New England Patriots in the AFC wildcard hunt. Okay, I think they can make some noise this year. You got the Miami Dolphins. I don't really expect Tua Tagovailoa to stay healthy, because last year I was high on the Dolphins. I had them winning the AFC East, but then Tua got hurt. So, yeah, I'm not high on the Dolphins this year. So, but hopefully Tua stays healthy, and then they'll be in the playoff mix. And then you got the New York Jets. Justin Fields' first season. We're going to get to see how he does. He knows Gary Wilson very well. The Jets are a pretty solid team, but I don't expect them to do that much. And they got a good defense. So my AFC East predictions, I got the Buffalo Bills winning that division in first place. Okay, so it'll be the Bills, AFC East division winners, 14-3. I got the Patriots finishing 9-8. I got the Dolphins finishing 6-11. And I got the Jets going 5-12. Okay, that is it for the AFC East predictions. Now we move over to the next prediction, the AFC North. You got the Steelers, the Ravens, the Browns, and the Bengals. This is a pretty tough division now, because I expect the division to be pretty competitive this year. The Baltimore Ravens are the team to beat in that division. So let's dive into it. Starting off with the Steelers, they got Aaron Rodgers in the offseason, hoping to make some noise in the playoffs this year. I think the Steelers could be going to the playoffs. I don't think they will make it, but I think they'll somehow make the playoffs. If they do, they're going to be a first-round exit. But first of all, the Pittsburgh Steelers on offense. Good offense. Aaron Rodgers at QB. You got DK Metcalf. You got a top 5 defense in the league, the best defense in the NFL. Okay, so I expect the Steelers to be in the playoff hunt. Okay, so yeah, Pittsburgh, they could be I feel like the Pittsburgh Steelers could somehow be a sneaky team this year. Okay, now you got the Baltimore Ravens, Lamar Jackson, those boys. Is this the year that they finally make it over the hump? Does Lamar Jackson finally perform well in the playoffs? It all comes down to Lamar Jackson and John Harbaugh. Is this the year? We got to see. But on paper right now, when you're looking at the Baltimore Ravens, they have a Super Bowl caliber team. Okay, they got Jair Alexander in the offseason. They got DeAndre Hopkins, who is still a very great wide receiver. So I expect the Baltimore Ravens to be competitive with the Chiefs in the AFC to make it to the Super Bowl. They got a Super Bowl team this year, and this is the thing about the Baltimore Ravens over the past few years. Lamar has the team. He has the guys. He has the pieces. It's just in the playoffs. They got to get over the hump. But is this the year, though? I hope so, because I picked the Ravens to win the Super Bowl last year. Hopefully, they can do it this year. You got the Cleveland Browns. Man, how many quarterbacks they got over there? The Browns got like 10 quarterbacks over there. What's going on with the quarterback situation in Cleveland? But speaking of the quarterbacks, Joe Flacco has been officially named the Week 1 starter for the Cleveland Browns earlier this morning, so he'll get a shot at it for the Browns. And that's good because Joe Flacco has been there before for the Cleveland Browns, so he's the most experienced guy. So I expect him to be the starting quarterback, but I was going with Shedeur Sanders, and the reason why, because if you want to win games, if you want to be competitive, you start Shedeur Sanders. But, man, the Browns got so many quarterbacks on their team. They still got Deshaun Watson, who I forgot about, Joe Flacco. They got Dylan Gabriel. They got Kenny Pickett, Shedeur Sanders, and Tyler Huntley. Man, that's so many quarterbacks. But otherwise, though, I don't think the Browns are going to do that much this year. Okay, I got them finishing last in the division. And then you got the Cincinnati Bengals. Okay, I expect this team to be a lot better this year. And the thing about the Bengals is, do y'all know what's holding the Cincinnati Bengals back? Them starting off 0-3 every season. They cannot afford an 0-3 start. Okay, they should start off the season 3-0 because you got the Browns on the road, you got the Jaguars at home, and you go to Minnesota to play the Vikings in JJ McCarthy's rookie season. So I expect the Bengals to be competitive this year and competing with the Ravens for the AFC North. Yes, I understand they got a horrendous defense, but I think this team is going to be very good, okay? And for my AFC North division winner, drum roll, I got the Cincinnati Bengals winning the AFC North this year. Yes, y'all heard it. I got the Cincinnati Bengals winning the AFC North this year, and here's the reason why. Number one, Joe Burrow is going to have an MVP season. Number two, I believe the defense is going to be better. And number three, I believe they will sign Trey Henderson. Yes, I understand the Bengals are listening to offers for Trey Henderson, but in my opinion, I think they're going to sign him. Okay, so if you sign Trey Henderson, you'll be locked and loaded for the season. Okay, so that's what they got to do right now. Go ahead and lock in Trey Henderson because he's the best defensive player on the team. Okay, so I think what the Bengals are going to do is go ahead and sign Trey Henderson, the best defensive player on the team, and then boom, you're good. I got the Bengals winning the AFC North at 12-5. So my standings will be the Bengals, the Ravens at 12-5. Both Bengals and Ravens go 12-5 with the Bengals with the tiebreaker. I got the Steelers going 9-8, and I got the Cleveland Browns going 4-13. Okay, that's it for the AFC North. Now we go down to the South. In the AFC South, you got the Titans, the Colts, the Jaguars, and you got the Texans. The Titans got Cam Ward this season. Hopefully he can have a great rookie season, but I don't expect that much. You got the Colts. Daniel Jones is officially the starting quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts this year. So hopefully he can keep his job. No disrespect to Anthony Richardson. He's still a great quarterback, but I think the Colts made a right decision with starting Daniel Jones because Anthony Richardson is such an inconsistent quarterback. Okay, he's so inconsistent. So I think with Daniel Jones as the quarterback, they can win some games. Okay, you got the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think this team could be competing for the AFC South this year. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to be great. I think Travis Hunter is going to have a rookie season, an outstanding rookie season. I got this man winning Rookie of the Year, playing on both sides of the football. All right, the Jaguars got a solid team. I think they could be competing for a wild card spot, but I don't really expect them to win the division. And last but not least, you got the Houston Texans, the best team in the AFC South. CJ Stroud and those boys. Last year, he had a sophomore slump, so I expect them to be a little better this year, okay? And they got a good defense, okay? So the AFC South ain't really much of a better division like that, so I'm going to go ahead and give y'all my standings. The AFC South division winner will be the Houston Texans at 11-6. I got the Jags finished second at 8-9. I got the Colts finishing third at 5-12, and I got the Tennessee Titans finishing 3-14. Okay, so that's it for the AFC South. Now we go over to the AFC West, the AFC Wild West. Okay, pretty competitive in that division. Okay, you got the Kansas City Chiefs, you got the Las Vegas Raiders, you got the LA Chargers, and you got the Denver Broncos. Okay, number one, the Chiefs. Okay, they're going to win that division at 13-4. Okay, as long as Patrick Mahomes is the quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs, they're going to win that division and make the playoffs. So, yeah, the Chiefs, talented offense. Rashee Rice is going to be suspended for a couple games, but come on, the Chiefs, you know how the Chiefs are. As long as they got Pat Mahomes and Andy Reid, they'll be fine. Okay, so I got the Chiefs winning the AFC West at 13-4. You got the Las Vegas Raiders. Geno Smith, Pete Carroll are reunited in Vegas after being with each other in Seattle. I don't really expect much from the Raiders, but I think the Ravens will be pretty solid this year. Okay, they got an underrated defense led by Max Crosby. Offense-wise, I can wait to see what Ashton Jennings is going to do this year. The Chargers, I expect this team to make some noise in the AFC this year. Second year under Jim Harbaugh with Justin Herbert. I think Herbert's going to have a great year. Okay, I think the Chargers will go back to the playoffs. Okay, but here's the thing, though. I expect the Chargers to go to the playoffs and win at least a playoff game. I'm not saying they need to go to the AFC Championship. What I'm saying is the Chargers need to be competitive in the playoffs. So I expect the Chargers to be pretty good this year, though. I think Justin Herbert's going to be great. They missing their online who is out for the season, and they got a good defense. So I got the Chargers, and then you got the Denver Broncos, top 5 defense in the league. Okay, Bo Nix, talented offense. That defense in Denver is elite. Okay, that Denver defense is elite. I think this team will be competing with the Kansas City Chiefs for the AFC West this year. Okay, you got Bo Nix, second year. I think he's going to ball out. That defense is going to turn up. Sean Payton is going to get these guys hype in Denver. All right. So I expect the Denver Broncos to make a lot of noise, okay, in the AFC. And this could be a sneaky playoff team that can go to the AFC Championship game. Okay. I feel like the Denver Broncos are going to be a sneaky team to go to the AFC Championship. All right. So now I'm about to give you my official AFC West standings. At number 1, you got the Kansas City Chiefs at 13-4. You got the I got the Denver Broncos going 11-6, finishing second. I got the Chargers finishing third with 10-7 record, and I got the Las Vegas Raiders finishing last in the division with 5-12. That's it for the AFC standings. Now I'm about to go into my playoff teams. At number 1, getting the 1 seed, I got the Buffalo Bills. Getting the number 2 seed, I got the Kansas City Chiefs. The 3 seed, I got the Cincinnati Bengals. 4, I got the Texans. 5, Ravens, Broncos, and then the Chargers. For those of y'all that don't know, 7 teams make the playoffs. The top 4 are division winners, and the last 3 are wildcard teams. All right, so you got the Bills, Chiefs, Bengals, Texans, Ravens, Broncos, Chargers. That's it for the AFC. Now we're moving over to the NFC standpoint. We're going to start off in the NFC East because there's a lot of drama going on over there. You got the Dallas Cowboys, you got the Philadelphia Eagles, you got the New York Giants, and you got the Washington Commanders. Okay, so I'm about to give y'all my division winner right now. For the NFC East, I got the Washington Commanders winning the East this year. For those of y'all that don't know, the NFC East has not had a repeat in 2 decades. This is the Commanders' year to win the division. I got the Commanders going 13-4 with a who finished 12-5 last year and made it to the NFC Championship game. So I expect the Washington Commanders to be a big threat to the Eagles. Not a big threat, but I expect them to be a threat to the Eagles in the NFC. The Commanders got better on offense. They got better on defense. The thing is, in Washington, they got to pay Terry McLaurin. What's going on with Terry McLaurin, man? Y'all need to pay this dude right now. This is a top 10 receiver in the NFL, okay? And you're not paying this man? And Washington, I'm just saying this right now, pay Terry McLaurin, because if y'all don't pay this man and he ain't suited up by week 1, it's a problem. Okay? I got y'all winning the NFC East. There should be no reason why Terry McLaurin is not paid right now. All right? So, but still, I still got the Washington Commanders winning the NFC East at 13-4. At number 2, I got the Philadelphia Eagles going 12-5, the defending Super Bowl champions. Okay, I expect this team to be the best team in the NFC still, even though they don't win their division. But man, you got Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, and that talented, high-power offense in Philadelphia, and a very good defense too. Yes, I understand that the Eagles lost a lot of guys, but I think the Eagles are going to be a very, very great team. They're still going to be the best team in the NFC. Okay, as long as you got Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni, these boys are good. Okay, I got the Eagles finishing second at 12-5. At number 3, third place in the NFC, so I got the Dallas Cowboys going 8-9. Since we talk about the Cowboys, what in the world is going on with Micah Parsons down there? Okay, Jerry Jones. Micah Parsons is a top 5 defensive player in the league. And you're not even paying this man? I'm not gonna lie though, the Dallas Cowboys should move on from Jerry Jones right now. If I was the GM for the Cowboys, I would have been paid Micah Parsons. Okay, so the question is for the Cowboys, will Micah Parsons be paid by week 1? And the NFL season begins in 2 weeks. So hopefully he's paid, but y'all know Jerry's going to take his time to pay his players. All right, I don't expect much for the Dallas Cowboys this year. I got them going 8-9 and missing the playoffs. I don't know how the new head coach is going to do. They had a lot of injuries last year, so I don't know how these guys are going to perform. So, but the Dallas Cowboys are still a solid team. I think they're going to be in the playoff hunt. Okay, but unfortunately, I got them missing the playoffs at 8-9. And then at last place, I got the New York Giants going 4-13. They got a very hard schedule this year. Okay, and when I looked at his schedule, I said, man, these boys are going to win at least 4 games. But they could win more than 4 games. It depends on how Russell Wilson plays, which I believe Russell Wilson's going to have a great season with the New York Giants. Okay, he has a great offensive weapon in Malik Neighbors, and they got a good defense too. The Giants have an underrated defense, but the offensive line is very questionable though. So if the offensive line is very good and the defensive line keeps up, I think the Giants can win at least 7 or 10 games. But as of right now, I got them winning 4 games, maybe 5, but who knows? So I'm going to go over my standings for the NFC East. I got the Commanders finishing first, my NFC East division winner at 13-4. I got the Eagles going 12-5 in second place. Third place, I got the Dallas Cowboys going 8-9. I got the New York Giants going 4-13, finishing last in the division. That's it for the NFC East. Now we go to the NFC North. Okay, you got the Packers, Bears, Vikings, and Lions. My division winner for this division will be the Detroit Lions. I got the Lions going 14-3 and winning the division for the 3rd year in a row. And yes, I understand the Lions lost both coordinators, but if you look at this team on paper, if you look at the offense, if you look at the defense, when this team is healthy, you cannot tell me that they're going to win at least 14 games. Okay? I expect the Lions to be great. Okay? I expect this team to make a Super Bowl run. I expect Jared Goff to be great, play like MVP level. I expect Dan Campbell to be great. I expect the defense to stay healthy. They got a very underrated offense. So as long as the Lions are healthy, they're going to win 14 games. Okay. So I got the Lions finishing first in the division at 14-3. I got the Green Bay Packers finishing second in the division at 11-6. You got Jordan Love and those boys. Okay. And the defense is questionable, but the Packers are still a playoff team, though. I got the Green Bay Packers as the biggest threats to the Lions in the division. Okay. I think the Packers will be competing with the Lions for the division because the NFC North is a very tough division. Okay. Because last year, before the Bears collapsed, it was anybody's division. Okay. So I expect the NFC North to be a little bit like that this year. Okay. With the Packers, Bears, and Vikings competing for the division. All right. So I got the Packers going 11-6. I think Jordan Love and the offenses are going to do some great things. I think the defense is going to be successful over there. And in the third place, I got the Chicago Bears finishing 8-9. I expect Caleb Williams to have a bounce back year. I expect the Bears to be better than they were last year. I expect the team to be in the playoff hunt. Last year, I was high on the Chicago Bears. I had them going 9-8 or 10-7, making the playoffs. But that Hail Mary in Washington killed their season. Okay? The Hail Mary in Washington killed their season. So, man, I think Chicago's going to have a bounce back year and make some noise in the division. I'm not saying they're going to win the division. I'm just saying they're going to make some noise in the AFC. I mean, in the NFC North. Okay, so I got the Bears going 8-9. Caleb Williams has a great team around him. He has a great offense. He has a very good defense. Ben Johnson, first year as a head coach. So I expect the Bears to make some noise in the playoff hunt this year. And then in last place, I got the Minnesota Vikings going 7-10. Now, hear me out here. The Vikings could win more than 7 games. I got them going 7-10, the highest 9-8. But this is McCarthy's rookie season because he didn't play at all last year. So I don't know how J.J. McCarthy is going to perform this season. But the Vikings on paper got a very good team. They got a good offense, a good defense. So the Vikings could make the playoffs this year, but I just don't see it happening with McCarthy's first year starting. All right. So that's it for the NFC North. I'll go over my standings again. I got the Lions finishing first at 14-3. I got the Packers finishing second at 11-6. I got the Bears finishing third at 8-9. And I got the Vikings going 7-10. All right. And then we go to my division, the NFC South. My division, these Atlanta Falcons, baby. All right. We got to get into it. All right. Let's go into these division winners right now for the NFC South. You got the Atlanta Falcons, you got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you got the New Orleans Saints, and you got the Carolina Panthers. All right. Pretty weak division. It's anybody's division, but hey, the South is always between Atlanta or Tampa Bay. Okay. It's going to be those two for the division. But I'm going to just go ahead and say this right now. And I'm not saying this because I'm an Atlanta Falcons fan. I'm saying this from an NFL standpoint. I think the Atlanta Falcons will win the NFC South this year at 11-6. You got Michael Penix as the starting quarterback in a high-power offense. If we stay healthy, we have a top-10 offense. Michael Penix, Bijan Robinson, Drake London, Kyle Pitts, I think who's going to have a breakout year. And we got better, okay? We got better on both sides on the ball, on offense, and we got better on defense too with addressing the pass rush issue, grabbing Leonard Floyd in the offseason. We drafted 2 great edge rushers in Jalen Walker and James Pierce Jr., so I expect them to have a huge impact this year. So overall, though, we have a great team, though. We went 8-9 last year, should have made the playoffs, and I'm going to just say this right now. The Buccaneers didn't just win the division, we gave it to them. Because if Kirk Cousins didn't want to be Superman and play through that injury, we could have made the playoffs last year. It's just that simple. So with Michael Penix coming in as the starting quarterback this year, who played 3 games last year, I think he's going to make the Atlanta Falcons offense great. He has a mindset of taking his team to the playoffs this year. So here's the thing, though. As a Falcons fan, I want us to make the playoffs this year. It's been 7 straight seasons without the playoffs. It's been a while. I've been through a lot. I'm a diehard fan. But I think this is the year that we break that playoff drought. Okay? I think we're going to win the division at 11-6. In second place, I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going 10-7. Buccaneers on offense, man, that wide receiver room is stacked. You got Baker Mayfield, who is a top 15 quarterback in the league. You got Mike Evans, who's a top 10 receiver. You got Chris Godwin coming back for injury. Jalen McMillan earlier has a neck sprain, so he'll be out for a couple weeks. They're missing their offensive line, their best offensive line in Tristan Wirfs. You got the new receiver, I don't know how to say his name, Nakuba, I don't know how to say his name, but the Bucs got a deep wide receiver room, but the defense is questionable, though. So the Buccaneers, I expect for them to be a playoff team this year. So I got the Buccaneers going 10-7, finishing second in the division. In third place, I got the Carolina Panthers going 7-10. I think the Panthers are going to be sneaky good this year, okay? I think they're going to somehow give Atlanta and Tampa Bay a run for their money for the South. Okay. Bryce Young towards the end of the season played amazing. If he can pick up where he left off last year, the Panthers can make some noise in that division. Okay. You got a good offense, a very sneaky, underrated defense. So the Panthers can make some noise this year. I got them finishing third in the division, going 7-10. And then in last place, I got the New Orleans Saints finishing 3-14. No explanation. Man, that roster over there is awful. Who is going to be the starting quarterback? They got Tyler Shaw and they got Spencer Rattler. We don't know who the quarterback is going to be. They passed up on Shedeur Sanders in the draft. Man, the Saints. They probably going to be the worst team in the NFL. Okay, I got the Saints finishing 3-14 in the division. Okay, so my division winner for the NFC South will be the Atlanta Falcons at 11-6. Second place, I got the Bucs going 10-7. I got the Panthers finishing 7-10, and I got the Saints finishing 3-14. All right. Then, last but not least, we go over to the NFC West. You got the Seahawks, the Rams, the Cardinals, and the 49ers. My NFC West division winner, the Los Angeles Rams. Yes, I understand Matthew Stafford is dealing with a back injury. He's back on the field. He missed some time. I think he will be ready to go by week 1 when they host the Houston Texans at home. So I expect the Rams to be the biggest threats to the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC. But on paper, though, the Rams got a Super Bowl caliber team, okay? They got a good offense. Matthew Stafford has a wide receiver 2 at Devontae Adams. Puka and Devontae are going to be very dangerous this year. And they got a young, uprising defense. So I expect the Rams to win the NFC West again this year at 12-5. In second place, I got the San Francisco 49ers going 9-8. Hear me out here. Yes, I understand the 49ers got an easy schedule, but you got to look at it this way. The San Francisco 49ers lost a lot of guys in the offseason, okay? But I still believe this team will still be in the playoff hunt, but I don't see them winning no more than 9 games, okay? Roster-wise, I don't see them winning no more than 9 games. Schedule-wise, they can win 12 games, okay, because they got an easy schedule. So I got the 49ers finishing second in the division. In third place, also finishing with a 9-8 record, I got the Seattle Seahawks. Now, I expect this team to be in the playoff mix this year. I believe they can make some noise this year. In the NFC wildcard hunt, Sam Darnold's first year in Seattle, if he could bring what he brought from Minnesota, watch out for the Seahawks. You got Jackson Smith-Njigba, you got Kenneth Walker over there, and a sneaky good defense. Oh, yeah. I think the Seahawks could make some noise in the division. I feel like the Seahawks could give the Rams a run for their money. But I won't be surprised if they win the division, though. And then in last place, I got the Arizona Cardinals going 7-10. Hear me out here. Y'all might call me crazy for this, but I'm going to go ahead and say it right now. Kyler Murray is overrated. Yes. I think Kyler Murray is a very overrated quarterback. He's very inconsistent. It's just the way this dude plays. To me, I just think he's just an overrated quarterback. But when you look at the Arizona Cardinals, they got a good offense in Kyler Murray. Okay, they got Marvin Harrison. The defense over there, it's okay, but I don't expect the Arizona Cardinals to do much this year. Maybe in the next couple seasons, but I don't think they're gonna do much this year. I got them going 7-10, finishing last in the division. So the NFC West, I got the Rams going 12-5. I got the 49ers going 9-8, the Seahawks going 9-8, and I got the Cardinals going 7-10. And now here are my official NFC playoffs standings. At number 1, coming with a 14-3 record, I got the Detroit Lions. At number 2, finishing with a 13-4 record, I got the Washington Commanders. At number 3, with a 12-5 record, I got the Los Angeles Rams. At number 4, with 11-6 record, making the playoffs for the first time since 2017, I got my Atlanta Falcons. Let's go, baby. Rise up. At number 5, finishing with a 12-5 record, the defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. At number 6, finishing with an 11-6 record, I got the Green Bay Packers. And then finishing with a 10-7 record, coming from the NFC South again, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So I got the Lions, the Commanders, the Rams, the Falcons, the Eagles, the Packers, and the Buccaneers making the playoffs in the NFC. And that's it for today's episode of the Nard Report. Thank you for everybody that joined. If you're new to the YouTube, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Click that bell to make sure y'all get all the notifications on when I go live. And make sure to follow me on both of my social media platforms at _Nard_report. Is _Nard_report on Instagram and TikTok. Have a good rest of your day. Nard out. I'll see you on my next episode.